Good evening, students. Welcome to the of our Microsoft Excel 2016. So, in our previous sessions, we have seen how we can create pivot tables and how we can do the pivoting of data. So, in pivot tables, we have seen that we can select, easily summarize our data with the help of this, easily identify the different things, different kind of analysis that we want, like quarterly sale, that the field from the field list to the column section. And if you want to make that particular field as part of rows, so we can drag it and drop it in the row section. So that's how we can easily manage our pivot our data. Then we have seen the pivoting of data. That means how we can do, rearrange our data or something like that. So in that we have seen, if you want to use some different field in column, so we can easily drag and drop from column to field or from here to there. And similarly, if you want to rearrange that, that can also be done by just simply dragging from here and dropping over here. And then we can simply take another column from here and then can drop in the row section. So this is how you can pivot your data with the help of pivot table. Let's see our today's topic. So today we are going to learn about the chart and Sparklines. So basically, the charts are the kind of object that helps you to represent your data in a different manner, and that helps to someone to rather to go into a tabular form or rather to go deep into each columns or each rows. They can simply look at the chart and they can simply make their conclusion whatever they want. So it allows to illustrate workbook data graphically. It also helps you to visualize comparisons and trends. So we can make different charts by which we can easily identify the trends that is going on our data, or we can make some comparisons as well. Like for that purpose, Excel provides you several different types of charts, and one can choose the best fit for the data. That means whatever the kind of analysis the user wants, he or she can select that particular chart for their data. So there are different types of charts. Let's start with the first one, that is column chart. So in the column chart, you will get the vertical bars to represent the data. So it can basically help you to get the comparison information. Let's say you have somewhere around 3 to 4, 4 to 5 these kind of products that are being sold on every month. So based on this, you can check that on each year or on each month, which product is likely to be sold most. So on this, you can check that in 2018 that we have this product which was the highest being sold. Then in the next year we got this one. In the next year also this was the highest, and that means in the consecutive years this product was has the highest number of sales. So these kind of comparisons can be easily made with the help of chart. So by looking at those charts, someone can make the conclusion that okay, these are the things we can easily use, or we can easily make the data in a graphical form. Then we have this line chart. This line chart basically used to depict the trends. That means you want to check that in which year or at what time your sales were high, then when it goes down, and at what point it started popping up back again, and then it comes into this. So for that such kind of things, we use this line chart. So in this, data points are connected with lines, which can easily be checked values are increasing or decreasing over time. So you can easily identify, okay, that product got a sale, and this year was a huge sale, but after that the sale got declined, and then it was again declined, but later in the year it again started to depth. So this is how you can use your line chart. Then we have this pie chart, which basically helps you to check the compare proportion. I can say the share, you can say, like you have five products, those are being sold. So you can check which product has the highest market value, or which product has a highest order that is being sold. So based on this, you can check that this is the product which has highest amount that is generating revenue for the company. While the this one is at the third position. Second one you have this one on which these people are. I mean, this is the amount that has been generated on this day. So do you want to check the number proportions or something kind of that? So based on that, you can easily get. Like you have done some survey and you want to check that how many number of females or males have taken a part, or a third gender has taken part. So you can easily identify that with the help of this pie chart. That can help you. Okay, 70% were males, 28% were females, and while 2% belongs to others. Such kind of your data you can easily represent with the help of this pie chart. Then we have this bar chart, which is nothing like, but it is similar to the column chart. The difference is over here you will get those bar in a horizontal way. That means they would be horizontal rather than the vertical. So it is similar to the column chart. Then we have these area charts. So area chart is again similar to your line chart, except the areas under the lines are filled in. Earlier we were getting only you can say kind of boundaries that were presented in that data, but over here you are getting those areas filled with this. So this is comes in your area chart. The another chart that we have is a surface chart, which basically represent your data in a 3D landscape. So it generally works best with your large data sets, and you can use these charts to represent your data. Now let's see how we can insert a chart in our Excel workflow or a workflow. So for that, what we have to use is we have to first select the cells, including the column title and row labels. These cells will be the source data for the chart. Okay. So first you can select your data, and then based on that you can create your chart. So and then we will move to the insert tab, and we will click on desired chart command that you want to represent. Then choose the desired chart type that you want to display from the drop down menu. The selected chart will be inserted into the worksheet. Let's see how it works. So here is our data. Let's say we want to check that how many sales has been made in each state. So we have selected these two columns. We will move to insert tab. We will go to the recommended chart option. So they have this option, that is they are providing us that either we can go for this column chart, or we have this Pareto chart. There is another kind of chart. So you can, let's say, or we have some other chart as well. We have this line chart. We have this pie chart. Let's say if we go for this pie chart. Okay. So you can check that this pie chart has been created. Let's say you want to increase the size. So you can check now that my chart has been created, and it is showing that these are the different states or something. So if you want, you can do that, or otherwise if you want to change the layout, so you can also do that. Let's say suppose you want this layout, you can select this one, so the layout would be changed. You can check that that particular layout has been changed for my current pie chart. Or let's say I want to change the chart type, because it shows me that the column chart would be the best one, and let's try this one. So over here we are getting this one. Let's go to some other quick layout. So this is how there is another quick layout. For that you can check that this is the chart area over here, we are getting all those values. So we can either select some other chart that can easily, can provide us a good set. Let's go back to again to the insert, then go to the recommended chart. Let's go to the recommended chart. We are getting this one, okay. Okay. So you can check that a new chart has been created in which we are getting the sum of sales in each column or in each state. So it has represented as that these are the states which has this sum of sales. So this is how you can represent. Over here you can select that, okay, whether you want to represent all the states or you want just some of the selected states. So you can select them, and once you press OK, so you can check only those states will be represented. So this is how you can insert a simple chart in your Excel sheet based on your criteria. Now, similar to this, we have this Sparklines, which are nothing but a mini chart that fit into a single worksheet cell. It to provide the visual representation of data. So basically, it is the kind of same thing which provide the representations in a visual form, but it is a kind of mini chart that can be inserted in a single cell. It can be used to analyze the trends in the data, so you can easily identify with the help of the. And there are three types of Sparklines. So first is line, second column, third one is win loss. So win loss is something like you can create like whether the appears that means if they are in a win situation, they would be in a blue square. If they are in a loss, then it would be in a red one. So that would be like win loss. In a line, it is same to represent the relative value of the selected worksheet data. While if you choose the column, so the selected worksheet data is represented by tiny columns. So you will get those small columns. While if you select win-loss, so the selected worksheet data appears as a win-loss chart. So in a win-loss somewhere, they have a kind of boundary set in which if the value is greater than, then it could be win, otherwise it could be a loss situation. So that are represented by blue squares, while the loss one are represented by red square. Now let's see how we can insert a Sparkline chart in our worksheet. So we can create a Sparkline chart with the help of this. What we have to do is first we have to select the cell where we want the chart to be appear. Then we will go to insert tab and we will click any of these buttons. I mean the kind of chart or kind of Sparkline that we want. So we can select any of them. Then we will draw in a row or column of the worksheet to select the cells with the data to analyze. That means then we will select the dialog box will appear over where we will ask that what are the columns or what is the range of our worksheet that we want to replace. Then we will click on OK and then create Sparkline dialog box. So by that your Sparkline would be added. Let's see. So here was our order. Let's say we want to insert over here. So we will go to insert and these are the Sparkline. Let's say I want to insert a line. Okay. So what is the data range? Let's say we want which column we want to represent. We want to represent let's say I to say to okay, we want to add the dates as well. So let's keep it something like B2 column. Okay, so we will take it like so you can check that a Sparkline is added over here, and if you want the different design, you can select any of the design. Let's say I want this one. You can select this particular line, and with the help of this, suppose you want to. So there are the different kind of things that you can apply on that. So this is like if you want to display only the high point, so it will show you that this is the high point of this particular graph. That can increase so that you can easily so you can check that this is the graph. So if you want to display the high point, that can be done. If you want to display a first point, it is being shown. You want to display the last, that is there. You want to show some low points, so you will get that which was the lowest one. While over here you want to show some negative points, so it will show you the negative. That means when your data got negative. If you want to display the markers, so it will display your marker. So marker is nothing, basically each point. That means all the values that you have in that column, so those would be represented by this marker. So this is how you can insert an spark line in your Excel worksheet. So I hope these two things are clear to you, where we have seen how we can insert a chart and how we can insert a spark line in our Excel worksheet. There is one trick as well. So if you want to insert your this chart, so you can simply press F11. Once you press the F11 key, so there would be a pop-up that will ask you that this chart would be inserted. So now base over here, that would be on your selected. Now you can select which columns you want to select. Let's say there are series like sales, quantity. I only want to display the sales, so you can select that sales. And over here we have all those other columns. So you can go to the names, and over here I guess we can select the specific data that we want. Let's say we want only the sales to be added. We don't want the discount edited. Let's say the access label we want to be somewhere around only the state. So states is on F. Let's keep it only the F and press OK. And once you done OK, so you can see that your particular this chart has been created. It is just a normal chart. If you want to switch or you want to change the chart type, you can go to this change chart type, and then over here you can change that. So by this F11 key, your chart would be inserted in a new worksheet, which is a good thing for you, because otherwise you won't be able to see your data, or it would be kind of messy for you to just check the data and just check the chart. So if you press the F11, so it will create another worksheet where it will insert your data, and then you can add or edit your data with the help of these. So this is how you can add a chart with the help of a shortcut key. And the sparklines are nothing but they are the same kind of chart, but you can easily insert them in a single worksheet. So that's all for our topic that we have to cover. Now let's see some small exercise based on the topic that we have covered up. Let's start. So we have this first question: which feature in a database provides an easy way to enter, modify, view one record at a time? So we have seen that subtotal is nothing. It is a command which helps us to perform subtotal. So that means that be the answer. The sort command helps you to manage your data either in ascending order or descending order. So that is also not the right one. Filter helps you to just get the data that you wanted, or kind of filtered out or get the relevant data only based on a certain criteria. So that means this can't be the right option. So we have this form command, which is the correct options, and we have seen in our first class that how we can easily insert our data in our Excel sheet or in a database, and how we can easily manage them. That means we can easily enter, modify, or view one record at a time. Then let's move to the second question. Then we have which features allow us to arrange the given data according to a particular field, either in an ascending order or descending order. So I've already answered this in the previous question. That means sort. With the help of sort, we can easily manage our data, or we can easily arrange our data in ascending or descending order. Clear? Then we have which among the following features is used to filter the data in multiple fields using specific criteria. So that means it is saying if you select the multiple fields, then you can easily filter your data. So we have seen that sorting is just to sort the data, while the filtering was a simple one. But in the advanced filter, we have seen we can select the multiple fields. we have seen that there are the different filters. So in the advanced filters also, in the advanced filter we have seen that we can select the options based on a criteria. That means we can filter out our data. For the number data we have certain conditions, for date data we have certain. So in the filtering we have seen that we can add multiple levels on our data by which we can filter out the data. That means we can use the multiple phase to filter. So the answer would be filter. Then we have which function key is used to insert a chart instantly in Workday. So I have just told you about that. So the key is F11. Then we have which chart type displays data in form of a circle. So we have seen that the surface is nothing, it is a 3D form where you will get all the areas, something like that. While in a bar chart, you will get something like this. There would be like column chart. So you will get the bar in that. While in a line chart, line is specific like this one. So we have remaining with this pie. So as the name suggests, pie is represented in the form of a circle in which we show the kind of share of each values that they can take. So this is how, these were the only questions that we have to work on. So that's all, guys. That's all for today's topic. I hope you have enjoyed all the topics that we have covered in our Excel sheet session. So we have covered so far the form command by which you can easily add, modify, or view your data one at a time. Then we have seen sorting and filtering. We have seen how we can sort our data based on, like we can sort our data based on either in a ascending order or descending order, or we can filter out the data based on certain criteria, or based on multiple fields we can select, and then we can filter out our data. So that multiple fields, there were values, that field can be selected, and then we can filter out the data. Then we have seen advanced filtering, in which we have seen there are basically four kind of filters, that is search, text, number, and the fourth one was date. Then we can apply some certain criteria, and the desired numbers or desired text we will provide that on those criteria, and data would be filtered. So that's what we have seen in our advanced filtering. Then we have seen the pivoting table, pivot table, and pivot data, pivoting data, in which we have seen how we can summarize our data easily, how we can create a pivoting table, and with the help of that we can you know uh, create so many analysis. We can identify the different trends, and we can rearrange our data as well. So we can use this pivoting data. By this we can easily rearrange our data. That means we can easily drag and drop the different columns for rows, and we can represent our data in a different form. We have also seen, and over here, the groups and subtotal command. So these two commands help us to manage our data. That means with the help of groups, we can select those columns that we want to either show or hide, which will help us to see the large amount of data on a smaller view. Like something you have hundreds of columns. Out of them, you want to focus only on 20 columns which are on different locations. So you can easily hide you can make a group, and you can hide your irrelevant columns. Once you group them, so you have to click on that minus sign. Then this minus would be converted into a plus, and your columns would be hidden. And once you click on this plus sign, then your column would be shown. Okay, so this is how you can do the group. While with the help of subtotal command, it will help you to get the total, or you can apply a different function as well on a certain change, or that means on each change of the value. So by this you can easily get the subtotal. And then at last, today we have seen chart, and Sparklines. So these two are the visual representations, you can say, that you want to visually represent your data. So with the help of this feature of Excel, you can easily represent it. You can select any of the chart that you want to build on your data, and then the chart would be inserted. You can select the number of columns and the columns on which you want to create your chart, and that chart would be represented. For the shortcut for this chart was F11. So this is how, this is the all things. So as of now, we have this last class today. So I'm just going to tell you one easy shortcut that can help you to go for all kind of shortcuts that this Excel contains. So for that, what you have to do is you have to, I'm sorry. So you can use this shortcut in your other Microsoft products as well. Like you can use it in your PowerPoint. You can use it in your Word as well. What you have to do is you have to simply press Alt key. Once you press the Alt key, so you can easily check that on each header, like on a file, you are getting F, on home, you are getting H, while insert, you are getting N, page layout is P, formula M, data. So that means you are getting, specific letters on each of these tabs. So once you press those letters, so you will directly be, go to that tab. Let's say I want to move to data tab, I'll press A. Once you press the A, now you can see that what are the different, kind of shortcuts for these commands. Like if you want to do in ascending order, you have to press SA. Once you press the SA, you can check I was in a customer name and my customer names has been sorted in ascending order. You can easily check. I didn't move my cursor or something. I just did all these things with the help of my keyboard only. So this can really help you to do work your path as much as possible. What you have to do is you have to go to Alt, you have to press then the command or the letter that is being showed on the top. Let's say I want to go for data again, I'll press A. Now if I want to represent my customer in a descending order, what I have to do is I'll press SD. So you can check my all the customer names are in descending order. So this was the fun tip, or you can say the tips and trick of today. So thank you guys. Keep learning and keep writing us to Learn Forward app if you have any kind of query or questions related to the topics that we have covered out. We always welcome your feedback and suggestions so that we can improve in future if we are going to arrange other classes for you guys. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day, guys. Be safe.